to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. Thank you for tuning in today and for continuing to tune in every week. If you haven't left a review for the podcast before, this is my call for reviews. It would mean a lot to me, especially because it's been quite a while since a new review has been submitted. You can do that through the podcast app you're listening on now, or directly through my website if you want, which is whereilongtobepodcast.com. Thank you in advance. Today's post-trip report is a good long one, so we will just quickly breeze through the summary in case you missed the pre-trip episode to catch you up. Carmen and her husband Ray were traveling to Leipzig, Germany to pick their daughter Bella up. She had been studying abroad there, so they had the perfect excuse to take a European vacation to retrieve her. While there, they decided to visit Disneyland Paris, visit Efteling theme park in the Netherlands, which is said to have been an inspiration for Walt when he created the idea for Disneyland. They wanted to hit up some European Christmas markets, and then to top it all off, they planned to do a stop in London to see a few sights before returning home to Texas. What a whirlwind. So, without further ado, please welcome back Carmen. Carmen, you're back.
Yes, unfortunately, it all comes to an end. But
I
I still
know.
get to talk about it, so that's the fun part.
You do get to talk about it. And this was a massive trip around the world.
It was a
So
marathon.
what
Yes.
a holiday gift you had.
Yeah, definitely. That was our, I think I mentioned it when we spoke the pre-trip, our
Hmm.
uh, anniversary and birthdays and Christmas gift to each other, the
Hmm.
family.
So overall, before we dive into all of the details, what would you rate this trip? How could you sum it up in a sentence?
Trip of a lifetime full of core memories. It
Hmm.
was amazing. Yeah,
Ugh,
yeah, yeah.
this is going to be good. I cannot wait.
Oh, I hope so. I took lots of notes. And
Good,
it
good,
was
good,
very helpful because it was like, oh, I gotta get this for Virginia, so
good.
hear me. And you came up a lot, and even my daughter Bella was like, you need to get this so she knows to use this when she comes here. And I was like, okay, got it.
Oh,
So
crossing my
we thought of you.
fingers I
Yeah.
make it there at some point. What a dream. I am going to Disneyland Paris though, and you made it
Yes, that's
there. So that
yes.
is something I have just started, we've got the trip booked, but with everything else in my life going on, I haven't really had much time to think about it. But I have over this holiday break kind of started to um, I think affect my algorithm on TikTok because I'm suddenly looking at all the Paris things.
Yes.
And so TikTok's like, oh, she wants to learn about Paris. so
Yes.
so it's starting to feel like, oh yeah, this trip is actually going to happen. So
Oh, I'm excited for you. I'm
cannot wait.
excited.
All right. Let's start at the very beginning of this epic journey. Saturday, December 6th, you had a 3-hour drive ahead of you
Yeah.
to Dallas to catch a direct flight to Frankfurt. So, how
That's
did
right.
everything go with the drive and the flight?
We were very fortunate. We had great weather. Um, Headed out, dropped off our dog at the kennel, checked her in, got her all set, and then we hit the road and did good on timing on our drive to
Hmm.
Dallas. Um, and so I just luckily think things aligned because I remember a few months ago, I got a little notice from one of those parking lot places, long-term parking lot places, and it was like a 30% off. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta book this. So I
Hmm.
did, but I forgot about it. So I
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
panicked when we got there. I was like, oh wait, I have it. So we were able to use that successfully. Yeah, I got to the airport in plenty of time, got everything checked in, and just the excitement and anticipation overshadowed everything. It was a smooth trip, smooth flight
Hmm.
to Frankfurt. Then we had another like hour and a half, hour and 40 to Leipzig, where my daughter is.
Hmm.
There was baby crying, and it was pretty chaotic. But headset, earphones worked, and
Hmm.
I just, like I said, the anticipation and excitement of seeing my daughter and
Hmm.
embarking on this trip overshadowed all of that. So it was all right.
How did you do in terms of packing for such a big trip? Um, when you're going international, it does cost a lot to like add on bags when you're doing that. So, how did you fare?
Yeah, a great question, but I mean, again, I think we got a lot of pixie dust from the Lufthansa. Not a plug for them. I don't think it would have been as wonderful if we were booked through an American airline, but
Mm,
they were really great, very helpful. We were overweight on everything. Coming back, going over there,
okay,
we
I was
did
going to
pretty
say
well.
going there, you were
Well,
overweight
well,
because you got
she
to
had
leave room for
requests.
souvenirs.
Well, and we did, but my daughter was also there for 3 months, so
Oh,
she had already
yes.
collected, and she did a
Mm,
lot of traveling herself, but she did pretty well. And she had a request for her house mother that lives in the villa that she stayed in
mm-hmm.
while she was in school. So we had basically, instead of just taking an empty piece of luggage, I filled it with we're in Texas. HEB is a big grocery store, and they have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
their own brand stuff that's very popular. So
Mm-hmm.
she asked for a few things, and then I just added, basically a Christmas thank you gift for the house mother, like, because she
Mm-hmm.
took care of my daughter, and
Aw.
they have a beautiful German Shepherd. So of course I had to throw some treats in for him too, and
Uh-huh.
so we filled that up for her, and then I also included packing stuff like tissue paper. I knew we'd
Mm-hmm.
have clothes to wrap things, but uh, what do you call it? Poster, those little
Oh, like a
carb
tube?
tube. Yeah,
Yeah, like
a
a
couple
poster tube.
cardboard tubes. And
Mm-hmm.
my daughter was like, "Why'd you bring this?" And I was like, Maybe we want to buy a poster." But it worked out because some of my souvenirs went in there, so or our
Mm, okay.
souvenirs. So it worked out really well. Yeah, but yeah, coming back, they were very gracious with us, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, I said we hit it, but they're in kilograms. And we're looking at the weights. So they were like, I said, what's the limit? Coming back, and they're like, it's 8 kilograms. I was like, oh, that
Oh,
was
no.
double digit. And he was just like, just
Aw.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I was like, oh my God, bless you. So yeah, everything got
Wow.
there, everything got back, and I'm not used to checking luggage. That was the other thing. So we're good. We're pretty good at
Oh.
packing and carrying on. But
Mm-hmm.
that was another issue because in Europe, everything, they're very cautious about the weights. Even if it was at weight, there are most cases you're checking them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thing. We had to check everything, and so
Mm-hmm.
everything had um, we
An
had the
air
little
tag?
tags, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, oh my gosh, that was my nightmare, but everything made it.
Yeah.
I get happy to say. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I always have air tags in the bags that I normally check that are too big
Hmm.
to carry on, but I need to get air tags for my carry-on too because you never
Yeah.
know when they're going to be like, "Oh, you have to check that."
At the door, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just it was just a peace of mind because we're like, okay,
Right.
it's still here, it's still near us.
Right.
But it worked out. Plus, we also had to you know, as much as I wanted to take a hoodie or a cute sweater, I had to be conscious of, packing because
Right.
we just layered basically, and
Mhm.
we did plan, and we knew we would get a wash in. So,
Mhm.
we wore all the clothes that we took, and our bulky jackets acted as cushion for the souvenirs.
Mhm.
So that worked out really well. Yeah.
When you landed in Leipzig, how much time left of the day did you have? Because time zones are confusing.
Yeah, yeah. It was a 7 hour difference, and or 6 hours, because of the time change. So by the time we got there in December, I think the time changed early November. It was 6 hours, and we got there at about 2:30.
Mhm.
And my daughter did an excellent job of keeping us awake. Of course, we were excited to see her, but she was like, "Okay, now we're gonna go to Christmas markets. Now we're gonna go do this." And
Mhm.
so we stayed up, and she took a picture of us at the end of the night after we visited her villa and her house mother. We were sitting waiting for a bus, and my husband and I, Ray, were just sitting there on the bus, like like dead tired. You could tell we were zombies, and she
Mhm.
just captured that moment. And we laughed about it because we're like, yeah, that's exactly how we felt.
Uh,
But it helped because I mean we were
mhm.
ready to go the rest of the week, two
How,
weeks.
how are the Christmas markets? Because that is something you always hear everybody rave about them. Were they as fantastic as they say?
They were, and it was so unique to experience the different ones, everywhere. So
Mhm.
in Leipzig, we there was three, and it's not a big town. It's a
Mhm.
pretty small little town, but they have two universities there. They have, different squares, and we went to each of the markets, and theirs were more traditional, like you see and think of in terms of the structures. There were these cute wooden, some of them had themes with, those Christmas uh, decor candles that you put candles on the bottom and it kind of has a spinning wheel and thing. The
Yes.
the heat makes it
Yeah.
turn. Well,
Right.
they had some that were real elaborate. That was their
Mm.
theme, and they look like that, and something spun on top, or the glue wine had a fountain, and it had, it looked like these beautiful copper fixtures and pipes, and,
Mhm.
containers were pushing the glue wine. It was just water, colored water, but it was really cool and
Mhm.
neat to experience. And then compare that later to other markets in Belgium and Amsterdam when we got to those points as well. So it was really
Mhm.
exciting. There,
Mm.
everything, the food is amazing. And I was excited to go to Disney. There's something called raclette. And what it
Yes.
is, yeah, they have the wedge of
Mhm.
cheese, or it's actually the wheel of cheese cut in half, and they're just heating it, and then they're
Mhm.
scraping off that melted cheese onto
Mhm.
potatoes or bread or whatever.
Yeah.
I was so excited, but everywhere we went, they had that. So it was
Mhm.
great. I tried it all.
Ugh. Sounds so good.
It was
I
amazing.
have to check that out at some point. We have similar uh sort of Christmas markets here in
Yeah.
New York, but they're not that elaborate. Like they have the little structures and they're just really quaint and fun.
Yeah.
Like there's one down in Union Square, there's one at Bryant Park,
Oh, yeah.
and a couple others, but it doesn't sound nearly as elaborate as what you have there.
We actually went to the one in Bryant Park. My daughter and I went
Mhm.
to see Hamilton when she turned 13 or 14, 2017, I think it was. And actually, I mean, I remember Bryant Park just having these really cute little stalls, and
Yeah.
that's it was very similar to that. And then an
Oh,
ice
okay.
skating rink. Yeah, ice
Yeah.
skating rink right there. And it's
Yeah.
just overload Christmas decor, and it was just so cute and
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Mm. All right. So, what did you do on Sunday, December 7th, after you had had a little bit of rest and revived yourselves?
So that was the day we got up. Actually, that's when we met her too, because we flew in all day
Oh, because you
Saturday
were
with a
there
time change. Yeah.
overnight. Okay.
So that's when we arrived. So
So, the
Monday,
8th is when you got up and
yeah.
flew to
Yeah.
Paris.
Yeah, we
Okay.
had some time in the morning. We did a little window shopping. We had a really fun light breakfast at this little coffee house that has some history that I still need to read up on, but it was
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful view of the cobblestone streets and the market as
Mm-hmm.
well. Um, and so we did that, toured around more Leipzig, and then headed to our flight. Yeah, we had a flight from Leipzig, went back through Frankfurt, and then that was like another, I don't think, I must have been shorter trip. Felt like it maybe just an hour. And then
Mm-hmm.
from there, Frankfurt to Paris was maybe an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
And we had experience in the past from our previous trip of using the rail,
Mm-hmm.
but we just had all that luggage. But at this point, we had all of the luggage now. We had
Mm-hmm.
two large check bags, and then our three carry-on bags, which we checked, and then three backpacks. So we decided to get a car, and that's something I'll share with you the link. It's called Easy Go Shuttle,
Mm-hmm.
and they were awesome. It was a very nice, clean, like Mercedes van, so all of our luggage fit without a problem. And in comparison, Bella noticed when we arrived, or we were walking at some point at the resort in Disney,
Mm-hmm.
she goes, "Look at this sign." I think the price was like $2 difference between for per person,
Mm-hmm.
38 per person on that sign, where ours I think ended up being like 100 and must have been 120
Mm-hmm.
total. And it was one way, but it was so worth it. I mean, we
Yeah.
just had it,
And
it,
it was
it
just the
was just
three of
us.
you getting
Yeah,
picked up. Yeah.
they had an option to do what is it? What I forget what the word they use, to share, I guess, ride share.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But they were like I think it was like $10 or $15 more. It was just us. But
Mm-hmm.
we knew with all of our luggage, it could only be us. But it was very
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, so I'll definitely share that with you if you don't already
Oh,
have
yeah.
something. But
Yeah.
yeah, we
Put that
did
there.
that, and we hit the resort running, checked in, and it's just so cute. We drove up, and it's just so beautiful there. I think by the
Mm-hmm.
time we got there, it must have been dark because I remember the lights in the tree were so cute. It looks their theming is at the Sequoia Lodge where we stayed is wildlife, Bambi,
Mm-hmm.
Chip and Dale. So I immediately I'm like, oh, it looks like Chip and Dale ran this string of lights around the trees. It just looks so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And we checked in there and they were so nice and we got to our room, which was pretty amazing. Having stayed the last time we stayed at Santa Fe Resort, I think is what
Mm-hmm.
it's called. It's a car theme.
That's the cars. Yeah. And it's a little bit farther away.
Yeah, and it's really cute, but just that room was so much smaller compared to
Mm-hmm.
what we had, and so that was really nice to have that space because we didn't know what to expect. In Europe, they're usually smaller, but these
Mm-hmm.
accommodations were really nice, and we just had all of our keys or whatever tickets. So we took off and went to where did we started at Disneyland. And
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, it was just so beautiful. They decorate so nice there. They're able to run the garlands across the main street and
Mm-hmm.
it's just so pretty, so gorgeous. So we enjoyed seeing that.
To get from Sequoia Lodge over to Disneyland Park,
Hmm.
did you walk? Because I know walking is an option, or
Yeah.
did you take a shuttle or anything like that?
We went ahead and walked,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't time it that time, but uh, I guess the next day Bella timed it, and it was like a 15-minute walk, and it was like a leisure stroll. It wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really close. We got used to it, and so we walked where basically we were at the other end of their what they call Disney Village,
Mm-hmm.
their downtown Disney.
Right.
And then we walked across that, so we got to see all of that, and then we walked into the park.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. And first things first, we hit Hyperspace Mountain, Phantom Manor, and Pirates immediately, and no waits, just full walk on. I think because when we walked in, the hub was super crowded. Everyone was waiting for the night fireworks show.
Uh-huh.
So we took advantage of that and got to ride those rides, which I'm not big on roller coasters, but I'm a changed person after this trip.
Well,
So
that
I
was
did.
what my question was going to be, is
Yeah.
because I have a note here that you did not do it last time you were there,
Nope. Nope.
because you were a little fearful.
I am.
And
I
so
was.
when you
Yes.
say change person, you mean that you wrote it and on top of that enjoyed it?
I did. And
Okay.
I rode all the other roller coasters except for, which one was FS? Wait. I think
Iron
it's
Man?
here. No, no. Indiana Jones. Bella
Oh,
and Ray warned me, they're like, that one's pretty rough, Mom. And I was like, okay, like, and I asked them, I was like, what is it, the Matterhorn rough? And they were like,
uh-huh.
yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm out. So
Okay, so
that's
that's a coaster? It's not
ex
like the Indiana Jones
yeah,
ride in Disneyland here in the
cor
US?
yes, correct. It's different.
Okay.
It's not the
Okay.
same
All
as
right.
like Dinosaur or whatever. Yeah, different.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one was out. Phantom Manor, just awesome. The
Mm.
way they do it up in their house, the chateau, it's really
Mhm.
cool. And
Mm.
then Pirates wasn't even accessible or open when we went last time, so that was real cool that we
Mhm.
actually got to do that
How
and
would you
enjoyed it.
compare their pirates to our US pirates? Was it closer to Florida or California?
Um, I
Because
want to
California's
say,
long.
I was gonna say, I want to say it's more like that. It's definitely longer, and it's yeah, definitely more like Disneyland, California.
Okay.
But
Two
I think
drops?
it's even longer. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple of drops in there,
Okay.
but we didn't get wet, so that was nice.
That's good. I mean,
But
I
yes,
love the way that that water smells, but I don't
yeah,
necessarily want it on me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. And then I also pointed out and took in my notes a couple of times between rides, since and I don't know if it was the fireworks or not because that's when we hit the rides and caught them. There, there was very little lighting. It was very dark
Mm,
between rides, and I was like, "Why is it so dark here?" It's like, literally my eyes. I'm straining to see where I'm going,
hmm.
but it wasn't like, there wasn't enough fixtures within the
Like the
walkways.
bushes and things like that
Yeah,
to, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But we got through, and they had people, cast members posted because of the fireworks. Like they had stuff closed off, so we were able
Mm,
to get around and
okay.
navigate with their guidance. So that was it. We basically, I think we walked out with the crowd that day,
Mm-hmm.
and they have it set up there. You have their main street, and then behind the shops are it's an alternate behind each on each side, the left and
Yeah.
the right. So that really helps
Like a
flow
pass through
traffic.
that you can
Yeah,
walk through, which
yeah,
we have in Florida, but they don't
yeah.
open it unless they're having a party or
An
something.
event, right,
Yeah.
right. But these
Yeah.
are open. You can access the shops from there, so it's very
Mm-hmm.
well thought out for a smaller park too. That helps.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was for day one at Disneyland, and we went back to our room and had plans to get up early and hit the studios. So
Mm-hmm.
that was what our first thing on our list, and we made it up early that morning. I have here that we got there at 8:30. Oh, and real quick, I forgot to point out that I did take notes of all of our steps. So
Okay.
we did on day three of our trip on Monday, December 8th. That was, I think, primarily going through the airport because Frankfurt Airport's huge. We had over 10 miles. I'm 5'1" ish, between 5'1" 5'2". My steps were at 28,799.
Okay. That's a lot of
So,
steps.
yeah. So yeah, we got up early this day four. We're going to studios and very excited to ride Tower of Terror. But I sat the first one out because I had to go clear up some conflict with I booked our show, and I don't recall, I don't think I was able to book until like 7 days prior. It's the
Okay.
Frozen show. So after I
Okay.
spoke to you, I booked that and completely forgot to pay attention to the times. It overlapped with our Chez Remy reservation. So they were real
Ah.
helpful and took care of that, no problem. We went a little earlier to catch that show, which was adorable. They have so Bella Ray Road, Tower of Terror while I did that.
Wait, can I ask when you needed to get that help, where did you go
Mm,
for that help? Do they have blue
uh,
umbrellas
they
or was it just
actually,
at the ticket booth at the front or
I'm sorry, that's a great question, and I should have highlighted that, but they don't have it visibly available. I saw a, I think I went back out to the front and I
Mhm.
saw where they had their what's it called, like photo pass or
Mhm.
photo little air section. I went back out there and there was somebody with an umbrella, so I asked them, I was like, who do I talk to? And they said, oh, come inside. We can help you with that. So that
Oh,
it
okay.
wasn't clearly marked, but they were very
Okay.
helpful.
So was it like within the park gates or it was outside the park
Yes,
gates? Okay.
within the park gates. Yes.
Okay, so if we're comparing it to Hollywood Studios,
Yeah.
then like the place where you can like get a wheelchair or a stroller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That
Yes.
little
Yes.
faux gas station.
Entry area. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we took care of that. They were very helpful and were able to fix it for us.
Mhm.
And then I got back and we met up. I did, let's see, Bella and Ray, they said they just walked on to that one, the Tower Terror. And
Mm-hmm.
then we went to um Avengers Assemble Marvel Iron Man coaster.
Okay.
Was posted at a 10-minute, and it was about that. And we just felt like a walk on because we were observing the queue and taking it all in. So it really didn't feel like a wait.
And
Um,
you did
I
it
did.
because
And
the day
that's,
before you had gotten up some courage and done
yep.
hyperspace. Okay.
And that is very, this ride, I don't know if you want any spoilers or how
I'll t-
much you
I'll
know about
take
it.
I'll
Okay.
take a conversational spoiler. I'm not going to go
Okay.
watch a ride through.
Okay. So that one is similar to Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay.
has that, 60
The
mile per hour
launch.
takeoff
Yeah.
launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Um, which actually Space Mountain, there, well, we're not Space Mountain. What do they call it? Hyper Space Mountain is very
Mhm.
similar too, where they shoot you through the
Yeah.
tube. So that was fun. I was like, I can't believe I'm on this. And I was sitting next to Val. I think Ray was behind us, and I was like, okay, and just tense the whole way, the whole way, the whole way. And then I was like, there, Bella goes, "You did it, Mama. I'm so proud of you." And I just went limp, just like the tension
Oh.
just released. And I remember her lifting my hand, and she's like, "Mama, are you okay?" Because the harness is over the shoulder type, and so she couldn't
Uh-huh.
see my face, and I could see her little face trying to see me. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, I'm fine. I don't want to ride this one again, but I'm fine. But and it was fine. I was just like, oh, thank God it's over. And I think it was more from just being so tense,
Yeah.
through the ride. And I
Yeah.
was like, I can't believe I'm upside down. So that was a
Oh.
lot of fun. And then we went to ride Web Slingers.
Mhm.
And that's just like the one in Disneyland Anaheim. And that was a lot of fun. That was a walk on. In fact,
Mhm.
Bella was disappointed. She's like, I want to look around because we couldn't, see all the queue because we were just going
Mhm.
through there. That was a lot of fun. And then we made it back to Tower of Terror so I could enjoy that. And that was like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Wasn't very long at all. And
And
then,
do you ride the one in Hollywood
yeah,
Studios?
yeah, I
Okay.
like that
So
one. I
how would you
prefer,
compare them?
it's exactly like Walt Disney World, the Hollywood Studios.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I prefer Galaxies. The Galaxy, what is it? Guardians
The
of the
Guardians
Galaxy
version? Oh,
version.
you do?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I like the
Interesting.
music and yeah,
Yeah. I
the
like the
theming.
music element, but I also, I don't know. Alex and I
The
love
classic.
like the creepy
Yeah,
vibe of Tower of Terror. I assume that all of the characters within the ride were speaking French, which to me makes it more creepy.
a little bit. They do a little bit of English and a little bit
Mm,
of French. I'm
okay.
trying to think. Like, I mean, you get the gist of what she's saying in her creepy
Sure.
tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then in the intro, um, in the library, they do both. They do
Okay.
translate. So yeah,
Okay.
it's real quick and yeah, not a problem at all.
Okay.
I can't remember what we were watching, and Bella actually was using Google Translator. I think that might have been when we went to another park later in the trip,
Hmm.
not here.
But did it
Yeah,
help?
because they're. Oh yeah, it
Okay.
totally did. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then we did Tower of Terror, enjoyed that. Then it was time for our Frozen show, and that was an advance reservation. It cost, this one particular one cost $15. I was really excited to see this one. I didn't know much about it, but it's Frozen. How could it be so bad? And
Hmm.
it wasn't. It did not disappoint. It was wonderful, and
Oh.
I loved that what they had was an animatronic Sven,
Oh.
like a
Okay.
life-size Sven, and it was
Cool.
amazing. I didn't know what to expect, so it was really a sweet surprise. And they had kind of all I'll say is that they had kind of a it didn't rotate. We just oddly had to change rooms.
Mm.
It was like they open the doors and you just walk
Hmm.
through to the next section, and then you're in a different basically backdrop theater
Hmm.
stage. But that's how they managed that. I was like, they could have really done with the rotating stage here, but that's what they did. And it was a wonderful show. We enjoyed it. Singing and uh,
Hmm.
what else? It just yeah, it was just a lot of fun. We had a good time. There was another show I was so looking forward to trying. It's called and hopefully you can get it. Mickey's Magic Show, Mickey the Magician or Mickey's Magic Show.
I feel
That
like it
one,
has the word magician in it.
yeah, it didn't start until Saturday when we were already
Oh,
gone,
okay.
so we didn't get to enjoy that one. And so yeah, definitely try to get that one during your trip when you visit, because I heard great things about that one too. And that one I've heard that, it's predominantly in French, but it's
Mm-hmm.
enough, action that you get the story
Mm-hmm.
basically, and they there are some English portions of it as well. So immediately following the show, we had our 11:30 reservation at Chez Remy's that we were excited about. The ride was already closed. I think they said for refurbishment. I believe they're probably transitioning to the 2D.
2D. Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't care. It's identical. We
Yeah.
wrote it before. But
Right.
we didn't do the restaurant last time, so this was a
Mm.
big, opportunity for us, and we were looking forward to it. The food was average. It wasn't great, but it made up for in decor and
Mm.
theming is
Yeah.
just off the charts. Everything, all the details, and even when they served us their bread service, it's France. It can't be bad. It was amazing bread service with butter, French butter, that even came in the little, French, what do they call it? Not
Is it a
port, like a.
butterbell?
It wasn't exactly a butterbell, but what's that material? So like ceramic, I guess, but it
Uh-huh.
was chilled and the butter was in there and it
Mm.
was just so good, so amazing. But you look at it and you're like, oh my God, you're looking around, you see all these what's normal size for us is now oversized tabletops or
Mm-hmm.
the table, legs. The chairs were replicas of corks with
Mm-hmm.
the metal cap on that's the leg, the metal
Yeah.
portion of the leg. It's
It
just so cute.
looks
Even my husband,
adorable.
yes, the plates, or backs of the booths and stuff. Even my
Mm-hmm.
husband was walking around. He's like, "You need to go over there," because there they had these spoons mounted on the wall, and then the spoon part was bent, and that was a candle holder. It
Oh,
was just
cool.
so cute. Everything was
Ugh.
adorable, and everyone's taking pictures. And they welcome you to walk around and check
Yeah.
everything out. Um, I'm trying to remember what was in the bathroom. Like there wasn't. I don't think there was anything. It was just cute. Everything was just
Yeah.
adorable.
I can't
You know.
wait. It's
Yeah.
it's the only dining reservation I have like already booked because
Recommend.
the
Yeah.
minute we
I know
booked
we've
our
talked about
vacation, I
that.
was like, gotta get it.
Definitely worth it. It's like again, the food is just well, it's okay. It's underwhelming. It's nothing
Hmm.
spectacular, but it definitely makes up, environment makes up for it.
While
So
we're
we
on
enjoyed it.
the topic of food,
Hmm.
I have heard from a lot of people that in general, the food in Disneyland Paris is underwhelming. And
Yes.
here in the US, it's like people come specifically looking to try these snacks that they see on the internet that are just the viral sensation, et cetera,
Hmm.
et cetera. Did you find it to be true that it was underwhelming overall, or were there any things that you could pinpoint and go, okay, everything else was underwhelming, but this is something you have to try?
Yes. Um, there, it's disappointing, I think, because it's Paris, it's
Right.
France, and you think food's got to be amazing. Yeah, I don't know why it is that way, although because of the Christmas, timing, and all the festivities, they had little Christmas market that we
Hmm.
were able to enjoy some pretty good food. And I recall, I think even the first time we went, Bella enjoyed their churros. And I was like, "Are you
Hmm.
sure they're going to be good?" I was like, "Because nothing beats Disneyland Anaheim." And she was like, "Nope,
Right.
these are pretty good." And so we did try those again. They were good. And I had my raclette there. They also had a raclette that I had with, it was a ham and cheese sandwich.
Hmm.
We shared that. It was amazing. Uh, and he can't beat champagne in front of the castle.
Yeah.
authentic French champagne.
Mhm.
So yeah, and that it's I don't know how to explain it. I don't drink often,
Mhm.
but
But when
that
I do, it's champagne in front of a castle.
yes, you nailed it. It's just it was so good. It was
Mm.
so funny because Bella was she's not much of a drinker. She just turned 21, and so everything's new to her. She's like, I don't like all the bubbles. I was like, it's an acquired taste. I said, but trust me, this is much better than you'll ever have in America. I said
Mm.
because it's authentic.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, I get it. I get the hype. But that
Mhm.
was fun. And for whatever reason, we've been to the Disney World um, Christmas party,
Mhm.
and the cookies, they're not that crazy. They're not that good.
Mhm.
I mean, the food, there are other foods, but there they had their gingerbread. I mean, because it was Mickey shaped, but it was so good.
Mm.
I don't. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, I wasn't expecting much, but I was like, oh my gosh, that's really good.
Mhm.
But yeah, there was like I said, the meal wasn't that great.
Mhm.
But we had ratatouille, we had they did the soup, whatever. I think it was a butternut squash. That was pretty good, but
Mm.
nothing overwhelming. But yeah, we enjoyed that. So let's see. After lunch, we headed over to Carr's Road Trip, which is, if I remember correctly, neither Bella nor Ray could confirm, but I think this is the old backlot little tram tour.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just transferred from the States to there, which I thought was pretty awesome because I enjoyed that and
Mhm.
had the whole, earthquake and the water dumps on you, or not on you, but you
Near
get a little
you.
splash. You near you, yeah, you get a little splash.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun. We enjoyed the Cars theme too. They had little
Mhm.
cute little Cars theming that you drove through. So we did that. I mean, we liked it enough. We did it twice. So
Okay. All right.
did it later in the week. Then we walked through Toy Story Land. Toy Story Land there, they don't have a Slinky. They have like I think they call a rally car, but it's basically a car track, and the cart goes back and forth in a U shape. It doesn't go
Mm.
upside down. Then they have a small parachute ride. They
Like
weren't
kiddie
worth the wait.
rides.
Yeah, yeah, they
Okay.
weren't worth the wait for us. So we kind of passed those and went to Crush's Coaster, which that one was posted at this point. I didn't point out Tuesday and Wednesday we had purchased the Premier Pass
Mhm.
Ultimate or something, whatever it's called.
Right.
Um, that Crush's Coaster was posted as a 55-minute, and it was 15 minutes for us. So
Mm.
that ride was fun. I didn't do it the first go around because it didn't look smooth. But
Mhm.
Bella and Ray loved it. They rode that several times the last time we were there. So I was like, okay, I'll go. But I did get banged around. But it was fun. I
Mhm.
won't do it again. I was like, one and done. I'm done. But it was a kind of that Matterhorn feel. You just kind of get
Mhm.
jostled around. But very cute theming though, very cute. Um, so yeah, that's what I have here, and I made a note. Bella wanted you and your son to know you must try the Fanta lemon flavor
Okay.
there.
Alex, unfortunately, is not coming on my trip with me.
Oh, oh
I
no,
know. I know. I know.
oh no.
It's a girls' trip in
Oh,
in
okay. Oh,
honor
that'll be
of
fun.
a friend anniversary. So,
Oh, well, y'all try that.
okay.
Try you got then you'll definitely enjoy the champagne and
Uh-huh.
definitely enjoy trying to find they didn't have it at every what do you call it stall or whatever, but the
Okay.
lemon Fanta because they
Mhm.
they have different flavors there.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, all of those different Coca-Cola brand products
yeah,
taste different all around the world, which if you go
yeah.
and do the Coke experience, um, I believe at Disney Springs, although I'll be honest, I've never done the Coke experience at Disney Springs, but I have been to the Coca-Cola factory in
Hmm.
Atlanta. and you can try all of the different
There's so many.
flavors from around the world. And it's sort of what's it called? Club Cool,
Yes,
where you get to walk in and try it, except it's just like, what does classic Coke taste like
art.
here
Hmm.
versus in China versus in Germany? And
Yeah,
there's differences in all of them. So I
yeah,
will add the Fanta lemon to my
yeah.
list of
It's
things to
like a
try.
lemonade, carbonated lemonade, but there's more
Mhm.
bubbles. They
Mhm.
like their bubbles there.
Mhm.
So, so that was about 2 o'clock, and I have here that we headed back to our room. Stopped at some of the stores, took in, some window shopping there, and we actually rested because I think we were feeling some of the jet lag. Um,
Yeah.
but that
And all
worked
the
out
steps
really
you've been
well.
taking.
Exactly. Yeah, I should have kind of
Yeah.
checked at where we were at that point. Um,
Mhm.
so then we headed back at 4:30, and the plan was to go watch the Disney parade and get Mama some champagne. So that's what we did. So as soon as we got there, I have here that we went to Small World, and that was a walk on, and their Small World is very cute. Um, it was I guess it just looked newer and
Mm.
reminded me more of Disneyland Anaheim.
Mhm. Because
Just
it had characters built into it.
Yeah, they were subtle. They weren't
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
Anaheim, where you see each of the Ariel and Snow White and stuff. But these they were just cute. They're just adorable, and it's funny to see the American
Yeah,
representing.
what they think of
Yeah,
America.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't find the one in Anaheim to be too much. In fact, I really
I
like it,
love
and I
it.
wish that they would do it in Florida too,
I
because
agree.
I kind of think of it as like almost a Where's Waldo situation where you're going and
Yeah,
you're like, "Oh, look, there's, Jafar or whoever."
yeah, yeah. I
So,
think maybe it's just homage to the original. They got to keep. Maybe that's
mhm.
what they think. Keep the original, which is fine. I'll take a trip to Disneyland for that.
PS, it's
Okay.
snowing here. There's
Oh,
a huge snowstorm
wonderful.
tonight, and it has
I
started. I can
know.
see it out my window.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's like 80 something this afternoon. It's
Oh my
cooled down
word.
a little bit. Yeah, we're supposed to get the coldness on Sunday.
Mm.
Okay, and then I have here we came off of Small World, and that's like I said, they had some of their Christmas market booths out there. There's about maybe about 8 booths. I think it was like four on each side,
Mhm.
just in their little walkway in front of Small World. And we enjoyed our raclette, our ham and cheese
Mhm.
sandwich, and that was just delicious. And it was just, so cute and pretty. Basically,
Mhm.
it was just food. Um, and so we enjoyed that. Then we headed over to ride Snow White in Fantasyland. It
Mhm.
was posted a 25-minute wait, and we waited 25 minutes. That one did not have a queue for that premiere pass.
Can
So
I
some of
ask
them did, some of them didn't.
can I ask for the premiere pass?
Hmm.
I know we're midway through your Disney time, but just pause right here to say, did you think premiere pass was worth it?
Um, yeah, because like Crush's Coaster, that was 55
Mhm.
minutes. We only waited 15.
Mhm.
I don't know if I called it out, but Cars Trip,
Mhm.
not worth 25-minute wait, and we
Right.
walked on.
Mhm.
So I think it was worth it because we got to enjoy, and that was my intent, was I want to enjoy walking around. I want to enjoy taking it in
You wanna feel like you have
versus,
the time to do that.
yeah, versus waiting in line. So that was to me it was worth it.
Does the price per day vary depending on what they expect the crowd levels to be?
I don't know. I mean, we bought it the 2 days, consecutive days, just,
Oh, so it was the same price both
it was
days.
the same. It was the same for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the week of the 8th. So,
Mhm. Okay.
let's see. Then we did Snow White, which we enjoyed. It was, oh, and then we visited the dragon.
Oh,
You've
very
got to
cool.
visit. Yeah, make sure she's on your list. She's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's a must.
Hmm. Following that, we went to Peter Pan, which, we thought was so fun. And exciting for us because we had London on our the
Mhm.
back end of our trip, so we're excited for that. Then we finally made it over to back to. I guess we had ridden it earlier. Yeah, we went back to Pirates. We enjoyed it so much, and at that point, we knew we were gonna set up and go watch the fireworks,
Mhm.
and we found a spot, and I made a note. Um, let's see of where you could go. Oh yeah, we were against the rails to the left of basically their control building that they control all of the music and
Mhm.
fireworks from that building. It's a permanent building, and you'll
Okay.
see it. It's like within the shrubbery, and it's like a structure.
Okay.
So we were to the left of that and had a beautiful view. We were behind people, but everyone was, pretty generous. Always try to park ourselves behind kids because they
Mhm.
had their strollers, so we got a little buffer. But yeah, it was a great view. We left Ray there to hold our spot. Then we ran to
Mhm.
get our champagne, came back, and we waited maybe 10 minutes, got the infamous champagne pictures, and enjoyed those fireworks. They were gorgeous.
Mm.
They ran an inclement weather version, so they didn't do the drone show that night.
Oh, okay.
We missed that, but the fireworks were amazing. And then in front of the castle, they have beautiful water features, and that was part of the show
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
Definitely worth, the view. We
Mm.
could see the projections really well in the castle, so we enjoyed that. And we're usually not big on the fireworks shows. We're like, let's gotta ride rides, but we
Right.
really enjoyed that.
This sounds like a combination of everything that people love about all the different nighttime spectaculars. So you got things going on with the water, you've got
Hmm.
projections, you've got fireworks, you've got drones. It's like I don't know what
Yeah.
else they could add to it to make
Right.
it any more spectacular. So
Yeah.
sounds
Well,
amazing.
wait. There is more. You'll find
Oh
out
gosh.
tomorrow, the next day. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We had no idea.
Little teaser there. All right.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, just general note. Again, Champlain was great. The gingerbread cookie was amazing. Um, everything was a walk-on for us with the Premier Pass except Snow White because they didn't have a Premier Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And the earplugs, I think I mentioned this in our pre-trip call. They work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just wear like the squishy foam ones that you can get,
Sure.
um, and more on that. It was just the best. I ended up using my loops the whole time, and
Mm-hmm.
they were great. I don't know if it's like just me, but it worked for
Mm.
me.
I'm sure it's
Um,
not you if they sell loops. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, and I could hear it in other rides.
mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know why it's not on here. I guess we hadn't hit it yet. But especially the coasters,
Mm-hmm.
children screaming, which, they're screaming for happiness, but it really pierces it. I have
Yeah.
real sensitive ears, or at one ear is more sensitive than the other.
I feel
So,
you. Like I
yeah.
have not brought head earphones or anything like that into the park with me, but I definitely have a sensitivity to
Hmm.
loud sounds where, I just like if a commercial comes on and it's
Oh,
loud
yeah.
very suddenly, it takes me 0.25 seconds to be like, "Oh my god, turn it on the TV." And my husband's like, "I did not even have time to reach for the remote. I know you want it
Exactly.
down." So, it's just I totally get it. And as you were sitting here describing it, I was just sort of like, that's, some foam I keep wanting to call them headphones. Some
Yeah.
foam earplugs or something like that takes up absolutely no space
No.
and is something that maybe I should just throw on my back just in
Yeah,
case.
do it. Do it
Yeah.
now. Uh, so that wrapped up our day 4. That
Mhm.
was Tuesday. And then let's see, what were our steps on that day? 24,610 steps, 8.6 miles.
Okay. You're working
So
off all the rainclat.
I don't have to worry. You don't feel bloated. You walk it all off. My
Yep.
pants are falling down today, so it's all good.
Perfect.
So then Wednesday we slept in. we were, I think, adjusted. We woke up about 8 and then we
Mm-hmm.
headed out and got to the park at 9:15. Let's see, where did we go? We went back to Magic Kingdom because Big Thunder Mountain is one of our favorites
Mm.
in general, let alone this one is just so unique.
Mm-hmm.
So that was priority one. Well, I guess priority one was we were having trouble finding popcorn. We, I think it was the day before, we couldn't find a stand that was open. We just kept
Mm.
missing them. And that's another thing. It's hit or miss with some of these places, food places
Mm-hmm.
or the little carts. But we were able to find some sweet popcorn. Not
Okay.
salty, but sweet. Europe in general, not big on the salty. We
Huh.
that's our, kind of
Interesting.
summation. Yeah. So we like the balance, but they didn't have a salty option. You could do
Okay.
both on some carts, but this particular one was just sweet, so we got that. That was our breakfast. It's
Breakfast
Disney.
of
Why not?
champions.
Heck yeah. So then we headed to Big Thunder Mountain. That was posted a 40-minute wait already. I mean, we probably got there around 10
Mm-hmm.
or 9:40, almost 10. But our park Premier Pass, we it was 5 minutes. So we did that, and Indiana Jones is not far from there, so Bella Ray rode that,
Mm-hmm.
and I walked around, took in the sights, and met back up with them, and then we went to Peter Pan, and that was a walk on essentially, but that was posted a 55-minute wait,
Well,
so our pass definitely paid for itself there as well.
popular around the world.
Yeah, right. It's always popular. Then we took on. We didn't do this last time, so we were looking forward to Alice's The Labyrinth, which was
Oh,
very cute.
yes. I want to try
Um,
that.
it was about 10 minutes. They had at the end, there's like a little Queen of Hearts castle you could walk up. It's very
Mm-hmm.
small. Almost, it looks like a playscape, but essentially you just walk up, get a good view. We passed on that. It was pretty crowded, a lot of kids and a lot of families, but we're like,
Mm-hmm.
let's let them enjoy that. And then we headed to Pinocchio, and uh, that for some reason, I don't know if it went down or their time posts were just off. Did not take a premiere pass, and it was posted 25 minutes, and we waited 45.
Mm.
And yeah, that was kind of, some loss there, but we enjoyed it though. I'm trying to think what was so different. It's basically like a good combination of both,
Mm-hmm.
East and West Coast. But again, it just they must have done like a refurb or just cleaned it up because it just looks sparkly and new to me.
Hmm.
Um, but that was cute. They had a cute their souvenir shop in that one particular for some reason reminded me of the old Splash Mountain. How it just kind of like the theming in the shop was just so adorable. And
Mm.
so
Okay.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. And I found me um I bought into the whole shoulder magnet little pal
Oh
and
my
found
gosh,
me
you
a
did not.
Jiminy Cricket. I'm not big on them, but it was Jiminy.
Oh, but it's Jiminy, and Jiminy's the person you want on your shoulder, helping you
Hello.
determine right from wrong. That is the
Exactly.
perfect shoulder
I
magnet.
I don't think I've
Why
ever
don't we
seen
have
them.
that one here?
I know, right? That's what I thought. And I
Okay.
struggled because I really wanted Chip and Dale, but I was like, oh,
Wait, did
okay.
you want Chip and Dale, like one for
Yeah,
each shoulder?
yeah, they go together. I stayed at their
Like Rama
place.
Lama Lama, da ding da
Yeah,
ding da
exactly. Uh,
uh,
so yeah,
I
we
hope you
did
have a
that.
picture of that to show me because I want to
Oh,
see
I do.
Jiminy. Okay.
I do. I have many pictures. We did a photo shoot, and actually we did it here at 12 o'clock. We went to lunch at the Toad Hall, Virginia. Do
Oh,
not miss the Toad Hall. It's a what do you
okay.
call it, quick service,
Uh-huh.
but inside it's so cute. It's kind of like what's his name from Beauty and the Beast? Not the bad guy.
Gaston?
Gaston's place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
Just
okay.
the theming is over the
Uh-huh.
top and there's Toad's suit of armor. It's
Mm-hmm.
so cute. Everything is so cute. And we
Okay.
sat in the window, like a bay window. And so, of course, there's pictures of me and Jiminy. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, not the food wasn't anything, we enjoyed the fish and chips, and I have your calamari fritters, which we did enjoy. Ray, he was like, I guess we were hungry. He was like, the Caesar salad was even good. So it
Hmm.
was actually, good.
Okay.
So, yeah, and just that, like I made a note, the atmosphere was so fun just to look around. Even if you
Mm-hmm.
don't eat, you just got to walk in there because, I mean, they don't have a Mr. Toad there ride, but they have
Mm-hmm.
his restaurant. So that was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And so we finished up there. Then we headed over to their boat ride. Storyboat ride,
Oh,
which is
like the
similar.
one in Disneyland?
Yes. So they have, I
Okay.
guess, called the dioramas or whatever.
Like
So
little miniature
cute.
villages and
Yes.
kingdoms and stuff. Okay.
Yes. So that was real cute. I enjoyed that. And there's something to be said for those darn bubble wands because there was a little girl behind us and the mother kept telling her to stop, stop, stop. And I was like, I was taking pictures and the bubbles were kind of giving off some good,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just some sass. And I was like, no, no, I like it. And so we had bubbles in our pictures, and
Uh-huh.
the little girl got a kick out of that. So then the mother started taking pictures because she was like, oh, these
Uh-huh.
are cute. So I was like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
they're worth the money. You spent money, good money. It's good.
Bubbles in your pictures,
Yeah.
bubbles in your drinks. There, I
Yeah.
sense a theme here.
I know. Didn't even think of that. Oh, yeah, Discovery Land is their Tomorrowland. So
Okay.
we finally found our popcorn, our salty popcorn. So we enjoyed some of that. And then we went on Autotopia, which was funny because I had to convince them. I don't know why they didn't want to get on. And I was like, it has
Hmm.
a, what is it, Premier Pass lane. Let's just go. And
Yeah.
so we got in the Premier Pass lane. And it was a lot of fun. I think their cars, they they run on a different fuel, so it doesn't have that stink. It doesn't have that
Oh,
real strong smell. Yeah.
okay.
And of course, once you're in it, they were both like, "Oh, this is fun." So we enjoyed that. And then let's see, we went back to Hyperspace Mountain, but I sat that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and sit that one out. Then we made our way over to Star Tours. They have the you know, just the old
Old
original
school.
Star Tours, yeah.
Yeah.
But they do have the updated different options, I guess, not options,
Mm-hmm.
but shows.
Storylines. Yeah.
Storyland, there you go. So then we took another break. This is about, I guess, 2:30, 3 o'clock. We went back, to Main Street. That's right. We actually went to Main Street to look at the merchandise and the window decor because but they weren't very consistent. Like, it's, to me, if I recall correctly, at Disney World, all of the windows are themed for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. There, it wasn't all of them, but they were cute. There was
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of merch. Uh, what you call it, the movie that just came out, Zootopia, huge. There were
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot
Which
of
I
promotions for
still
that.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, neither have I. And then I went into the line off of Main Street, just like the other main streets. They have the little shops and little areas where you could sit. And I found the silhouette guy
Mm-hmm.
and stand. So I went and got one of those done because that was going to be my Christmas gift to my sister-in-law for her and her my niece and nephew. But only one of them provided pictures, so I got one done and they loved it. Got to give that to them yesterday, and it was just adorable.
Oh.
And then let's see. Then we found the train and we went around the park. We waited maybe 5 minutes, if that, and
Mm-hmm.
then looked at some more shops and went back to, oh, we had a reservation for Hunter's Grill. That
Okay.
was one that I didn't mention because it didn't come to my attention until after we spoke on the pre-trip. They had a raclette. So I was like, oh,
You were
got
drawn
a
in by
raclette.
the
I
raclette.
was like, I'm in. And someone, one of the YouTube videos, so I thought, oh, I got to do that.
Is it
Enjoyed
in the
that.
park or is
No,
it
it's
at
at
a
the
resort?
Sequoia Lodge.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this Hunter's Grill is at the Sequoia Lodge. Um, yeah, so that was a lot of fun, and I clocked 25,000 steps, 25,541 steps, 8.79 miles on
Mm-hmm.
that day.
Okay.
My feet were hurting,
Mm-hmm.
but I had a routine. I had this little, what do they call it? A lacrosse ball, and I would roll that
Oh, yeah,
around with
yeah.
my feet,
Mm-hmm.
and I had bio freeze
Mm-hmm.
cream. I would apply that, and yeah, it got me through. I was ready to go the next day.
All right. So Thursday, December 11th was your last full day in Disney.
Yeah.
What did you hit again this day, and what did you finally get to do that you had not done on any of the other
W-
days?
We turned it back into peasants because we no longer had the premier pass. That was a note that I made with a little sad face. But our goal was to get back to studios, and um, Bella wanted to do the Avengers coaster, which I was like, one and done for me.
Mm-hmm.
While she did that, we got there about, it looks 9:45. Ray and I waited. It was a 10-minute posted time, but looks like we waited just about 15 minutes, but it did jump to 40 minutes when we left. And it was so funny, Virginia. When Ray and I were walking on, it's just the two of us, and there was a young couple next to us. Of course, we're in the seating. It sits the four, just like the one
Mm-hmm.
in Anaheim. And so we were sitting with them, and I don't recall hearing them speaking English, so they must not have spoken English to each other. Um, and so Ray and I sat down, and I was closer to the young guy, and the girl was on his other side, and Ray was on the outside of me. And so we're ready to go, and I went at it, and I was like, and I guess there's like an intermission where you go to another room or whatever, and they were all looking at my screen and my numbers. I was like, yeah, that's right. Don't underestimate this old lady. I was like, I knew what I was doing in there, so I had a pretty high score. It was like at that point, at that halfway point, it was probably like 120, 180 or something like that, and they were still like, under 100,000 points.
Uh-huh.
So Ray and I walked off of there laughing, and we're like, they did not expect that of us, did they? It was fun. So we took pictures and showed Belle. We're like, yeah, look at our scores. These young
That's
whippersnappers didn't have
hilarious.
anything on me. So Bella wrote that, and she was texting me. I think as we were walking off, she's like, Iron Man's out here. She was all excited. So she got some pictures of him. And it's kind of
Hmm.
like the in Avengers Campus, they just kind of walk out or walk around.
Yeah.
And while we walked out and met her, we see this I, we didn't know who it was right away until he started talking. He's like, "Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody!" And it was Deadpool in a Santa costume.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and oh my God, it was Deadpool, and he was being Deadpool. It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to stay, but I think Bella, she had other plans. We
Mm-hmm.
we had to get over to Tower of Terror, but it was a lot of fun just to see him. I was like, oh my gosh, we got to see him. But
Mm.
he was wearing a Santa hat and a Santa coat,
Mm-hmm.
but all in his red suit. So that was fun. And we didn't experience that last when we were in Disneyland last time. We didn't get to see him.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. Made it back to Tower of Terror. It was posted 15. We only waited 10, so that was nice. And then we went. I have here that we went to brunch. Oh, that's right. We went back to the Remy area because I
Mm-hmm.
had Christmas markets. That's where their Christmas market booths were. So we had let's see, a cheese pretzel and another melted cheese and ham sandwich
Mm-hmm.
that we had there. So we enjoyed that. Just so cute. They had a little candy stand. I don't think we did get chocolate covered strawberries from there. Oh, so
Ooh,
good. Their
yum.
chocolate's amazing. Yeah. But they're just the decor and the way they set up the booth was adorable. The glass jars with all the
Mm-hmm.
candy. So cute. And like I said, we really enjoyed the Cars road trip and went back and rode that. That was 10-minute posted time. Wait, we waited 10 minutes. And then we headed over to Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
And there we wrote or went to watch the Mickey's PhilharMagic. We
Mm-hmm.
had not seen, I guess we haven't been to any of the parks since they added and updated with what is his name? The Coco, some of the other
Oh,
new
yes.
films.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to enjoy that. That was new
Miguel.
for us. Yeah, there you go. And that was really sweet. We got to enjoy that. Let's see. It was a 12:30 show. Definitely, we were able to get in. We arrived 15 minutes early. I just made that note for
Mm-hmm.
you for reference. Um, and those seats were so comfy.
Mm.
That was my note. And it was just cute. They didn't have Donald though. We don't get to
Oh.
see Donald's butt hanging out the wall. We even looked. We're like, where did they forget? Um, then we were again still looking for more popcorn. I have here the stands were either closed or they didn't have salty available. And then Ray and Bella said I needed to look up and see if there's a popcorn kernel shortage. There wasn't.
There was not. Okay.
They just didn't have it. Oh, this at this point, we took a break from the park and we went to Paris. In my notes,
Okay.
I know we went back to the park to watch the show, and that's what I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what we did. Um, there was another night we went back to the the beauty of it was, and a little something different than watching just the fireworks was this next time um, we went and posted right basically on Main Street,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where we found and didn't realize that they had these beautiful projections on all the shops. And
Oh,
what was
yes.
projected on the castle, they had projected on, I forget what the name of the shop was. I think it was the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really cool. And then it snowed. So that
Oh.
was really magical. And that night we got to see the drones. So
Okay.
we
Okay.
got to see, they didn't do the weather was fine. We were a little nervous because I think
Mm.
it felt like it might rain, but it didn't. And so we got to enjoy that.
So I take back what I said earlier. There were more things they could add, and those are Main
Yes.
Street
That
projections and Snope.
That's what I told you. And yeah, I'm so glad that we did that. And again, we are not normally big on watching any of those shows, I guess because we've gone to the park so often that
Mm-hmm.
we've done it. And but if they had a drone show, I'd be there. I
Mm-hmm.
love the drones. That was a lot of
Did you
fun.
ever get to see the drones when they were at Disney Springs?
No,
Oh, they were
no.
really cool. And
Yeah.
I hope that they at some point find a home to do that somewhere
Yeah.
else because while it was cool to see them at Disney Springs, it was pretty chaotic getting
Yes.
into the space and out of the space. But
Yeah.
just like the concept of using drones in that way, I mean, it's just amazing to me what they can do.
Oh,
It's really,
absolutely.
really cool. So listeners, if you have never seen these drone type shows, do yourself a favor and just do a little Google search and find a video of it because they will make Disney characters out of drones. So it's like suddenly you see Wally in the sky and then it
Magical.
becomes like Bullseye or whatever. It's amazing.
Or like what's her name? Tinkerbell and her wings are
Mhm.
flapping. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they we actually get, spoiled when we go to some of the Longhorn games here. They'll run them if the weather's good, if it's not too windy, and they have
Mm.
just the drones are so awesome. I don't
Yeah.
understand what is, the holdup with the Disney,
Mhm.
stateside, but they're pretty amazing. I
Mhm.
agree. But yeah, so like I said, that our last day there was at Disney Park, and then we went to Paris. We took a train into Paris, which is so convenient. Literally, the train is right outside the gate.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we were able to jump on that, and Bella is just experience, she was doing it for the past 3 months and just really was able to navigate no problem. And with your experience in the subway, you'll be fine if you make time for that. Definitely encourage you
Yeah.
to get out there if there's something you haven't seen or just something you want to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, we're gonna do a couple days in Paris before we go to the
Good.
parks. So we'll
Oh,
we'll
good.
have I think 2 Paris days and then go to the parks. So
There you go. Very
a
good.
little
Do
taste
not,
of it.
yeah, and don't make sure you don't skip the crepe, savory and sweet crepes they're little street carts. So
Okay.
good. So
Okay.
good. I think we were outside of the Louvre along the Seine River. And we were like, oh my God, this smells so good. And you get mesmerized watching them make it. And you're like, oh my
Mhm.
God, that's really good.
Mhm.
Definitely got to try that.
Okay, so this brings us to Friday, December 12th.
Yes.
Okay.
We had a flight from Paris to Amsterdam,
Mhm.
and we used that same driver or driver service, and ended up with the same driver who was awesome. He was so nice, and he got us right to the airport, no delays. And then we we planned to go through Amsterdam because our one goal was to visit Anne Frank's house, and so that
Mhm.
was the whole purpose. And Europe is just so built in support of travel. We struggled with what we were going to do with our luggage. Bella
Mhm.
found a place. We caught a train, and right outside the train station was a business specifically for luggage storage, short-term luggage storage. And
Mhm.
so we were able to get 3 lockers to fit our 3 smaller carry-ons, two large check bags, and our 3 backpacks.
Mhm.
So that was so convenient.
Perfect.
We just enough, we caught a little bit of the Christmas market there. Then we went to the tour and then made our way to back to the rail station to be picked up for our driver to get nope, we took a train, then a bus to Efteling.
Mhm. Okay.
And we were exhausted from all the walking, but it was so worth it. The next, well, we checked into our hotel late that night.
And your
Uh,
hotel was called
Lunch,
Lunchland? Lu-
Lunchland, yeah.
Lunchland. Okay. I wrote it down as Lunchland. like
Yeah,
it's
LOO, yeah.
like a theme park land that's themed around lunch.
Lunchland. No, they have a main building, but then they're surrounded by almost like Wilderness Lodge. They're surrounded by
Mhm.
cottages and tree
Yeah.
houses, and I chose. I think I was so excited because I was able to choose the actual cottage for like $40,
Uh-huh.
fee. I chose where we wanted to stay, and
Mhm.
it was a small cottage with 2 rooms, a main room with a kitchenette, living
Mhm.
room, and a dining table, and then with their full bathroom, which they had the two
Mhm.
doors. But Bella's room was actually a bunk room, and it slept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or six, I guess, because she
Oh
was on.
wow.
There was 2 twins next side by side in the one corner, and then 4 bunks. Yeah,
Okay.
it was huge, and I mean, it was just a beautiful little place.
Mhm.
But we got there pretty late, so we just checked in, settled in,
Mhm.
and enjoyed the room. And I don't know if you had a chance to look at my post, but they gave us these cute little nightcaps, like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
adorable.
they gave us like a welcome bag and had these
Mhm.
little nightcaps in them with tassels. But so Efteling it was opened in 1952, so
Uh-huh.
before Disney, and I was not able to confirm if Walt ever visited, but I think he probably or had some insight or somebody did
Mhm.
because they have hundreds, I think it's over 100 acres. It's a wooded area, and the commitment to the area when they were building this was that, well, they would never develop more than 10, no, 11% of the land. so it would maintain
Mm,
a lot of the woods around it. And
right.
so literally they're built, it's spread out, and you just it's just gorgeous in the woods, and you the walkways, and they
Mm,
have like a storybook boat but walking version,
uh-huh.
and it's all within the woods, and they have like Hansel and Gretel and Tangled, but it's the Brothers Grimm version, the original versions where
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of creepy looking, but
Yeah.
that's what we grew up on, or at least I did,
Yeah.
um, in terms of the artistry in the books. So
Mm-hmm.
it's so creepy, it's cute, basically.
It's creepy
That's
cute. Okay.
creepy cute. And then they have animatronics and throughout, not all of them, but well, I guess they all do because they'll have like, little, you know, old lady sweeping the front porch. What was hers? It was something to do with like her creatures, like I don't know, a version of Snow White, maybe. All the
Mm-hmm.
creatures were helping her clean, and then they had a little cricket pop up, or a tree, a huge tree, not like Tree of Life, but a huge
Mm-hmm.
tree that told stories, literally the storytelling tree. And it was all in Dutch, but we got the gist of it. And then there's little
Mm-hmm.
creatures that would pop up, a little cute rabbit or something.
Mm.
Just it's just so fun. And then
Sounds
they had a
magical.
version, yeah, it was. But all of their roller coasters, I I don't know how or why, but they were all so smooth. And I rode, there was
Hmm.
five, I think, total. Bella rode one that I didn't ride. She was like, no, she knew. She's like, I think you should sit this one out. Um, but yeah, they're just so smooth, and I enjoyed it. And the scariest one, to according to Bella, because we went, it was like a nosedive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was called, oh gosh, the Baron,
Okay.
and everybody talks about the Baron, but it's based around like the mine. You're going into a mine that's
Mm-hmm.
haunted, and basically is saying something like the women that haunted are protecting it because maybe they lost their husbands, and they're like, don't do it, don't go.
Uh,
Anyways, you come up, and then literally you nosedive into it, and it's one of those where you sit,
mm-hmm.
and kind of you're, I don't know how to explain it, like you're on the rail, and it's maybe like six across.
Uh-huh.
Eh, it's just it's not your normal roller coaster cart, not
Okay.
like
So it's
uh,
almost like a row. I want to say a bench, but not a bench, but like because there's so many of you in
yeah,
a row, it
yeah,
it doesn't feel like a normal coaster.
yeah. If
Okay.
it's different, I don't even know what to compare it to because I can't think of anything that Disney has.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we did that, and I actually liked it, and it was funny because the first day we got there, we tried to ride that first, but it was delayed, and then they said, oh, it's down, we're not open yet, we don't
Mm-hmm.
know how long it's going to be, so we went ahead and stepped out of line, and I had forgot my earplugs.
Mm.
I think in having, unpacked, I just totally forgot them. And I was like, I can't write that. I can't write. And so I went to their exit where they have their photo ops, or where you get your picture. And they were so nice. They were like, what are you looking for? And I guess they didn't, one of the girls just didn't understand. Maybe it was lost in translation. But she went to her coworker, and the coworker pulled out a pair wrapped, little plastic,
Uh-huh.
or she was like, here you go. And I was like, oh my God, you saved me. And I was
Uh-huh.
so excited. I was like, I can
Oh.
ride. So it helped. And so yeah, this all of their rides were fun. The theming just amazing and beautiful. And then they also had like a little Christmas market area,
Mm-hmm.
and they had these huge iron decorative fire pits, and
Mm-hmm.
they look almost like ornaments or chandeliers, basically, but all wrought iron. And then the fire was in the middle, so it's safe. You're away from the fire, but it was cold, definitely cold there. Um, so that was different. Being our experience is always Disney, and it's never that cold. here in
Right.
the States, but there we were like, oh yeah, it's cold. But we muddled through and just had a great time. It's just so different, and to know that, it was there before Disney,
Yeah.
and uh, it's got its own theming and stuff. Creepy dolls,
Mm.
creepy what do you call it? Souvenirs. But
Yeah.
I the only thing I got, they had their their version of Small World earworm songs were they really did stick to you, but they had this one whimsical, similar dark ride. Um, was it a boat? I guess it was kind of like a boat that we went through, and they had this ongoing song, kind of like a like the ride was called Carnival. They had these cute little snowman, like cartoony snowman. And that was their thing that I fell in love with. So that was my souvenir. I got a little keychain with a little snowman stuck to it that I named Popcorn. Because I love popcorn and he looked like popcorn.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, the food we found, that's an abundance of lemon Fanta there that I
Hmm.
got to enjoy. Bella was right. That's very good. Um, but yeah, the rooms were great. We did walk a lot more. Well, I guess according to my mileage, I think it was just about the same. Um, over the
Probably
two,
felt like more because of how
so
far
spread
into your
out.
trip you were at this
Yeah,
point.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like 16, because yeah, 16,500, 5.8 miles, and then the Sunday we walked 19,450 for over 6 miles. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was funny because I just, like, to your point, we've been walking so much. Um, but that Sunday, Bella and I were at the park by ourselves, and we went straight to that Baron coaster, and because that was the longest line, and then the it's called Dance Macabre, which is
Hmm.
kind of like their version of a haunted ride,
Okay.
theme. And I I'm not sure I can explain it, Virginia. It was unique. It's one of their newest rides. I think it just opened in the past year, if not earlier
Hmm.
this year, late last year. But it's you walk in to this huge room, and it's like a rotunda building, and you walk in and there's seating in a circle, and in the center there were like animatronics in
Okay.
instruments. They're not doing anything when you sit down, but you get in a seat, and I don't recall. I don't think it had a shoulder harness, but it had the lap belt,
Hmm.
and there was probably 6 to 8 in each section.
Hmm.
Um, Belle and I rode this by ourselves, and I'll explain why Ray wasn't there later. But the ride starts to slowly go around, and
Hmm.
it's telling a story. And I don't remember. I think we read about it later, but I
Hmm.
think it was mostly in Dutch. The instruments start playing, and it gets kind of like a dark, eerie sound. It was very dark in terms of the theming, and there was like a goat with horns that,
Hmm.
almost like the devil. But
Okay.
as you're spinning around, all of a sudden you start to tilt. And I'm like, oh, it's a subtle tilt. And I'm like, if this is like what you find at a carnival, like
Carnival. That's exactly what I
I,
was thinking.
I was like, I told Bella, I said, I'm not gonna survive this one. And we kept going, but it wasn't intense. It was very gradual.
Hmm.
But then it started to really tilt. And as you tilt, you see, basically you're looking below Earth. You're looking at
Mm.
Devil's Den, and you're just
Okay.
kind of going around. You get that haunted mansion, the room
Huh.
going up, and it was so
Yeah.
bizarre, and I
Huh.
don't even know how they, like, it's so different. That's what it's
Mm-hmm.
so hard to explain, but it was pretty awesome. It wasn't worth like it was we saw it spike probably up to like 200-minute wait, but I was like
Wow.
I wouldn't wait that long for that, but I'm glad we did it. Definitely,
Okay.
show up early to, knock it out,
Sure.
but it was just so fascinating and different.
Mm-hmm.
And, music is a big thing in that park.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just fascinating. It was an experience, and they had great popcorn right outside. So
So
they had a
1 point for
great pop.
Efteling.
Yeah, they had a great popcorn right outside, and we were
Yeah.
able to mix because they had caramel, they had cheese, they had salty,
Mm-hmm.
they had sweet. It was awesome.
Cool.
But the reason Ray wasn't with us was because something, I think it was probably a combination of the long haul travel that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Then we rode the rides. He rode more of the rides at Disney with Bella repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I recall him saying, I can't remember which ride it was. It may have been Indiana Jones, but he's like, oh, I think I tweaked my back. He goes, I'm, just a little stiff.
Uh,
So he didn't ride any of those crazy rides when we were in Efteling. He missed them all. And I felt
oh.
bad for Bella. I was like, well, I can't let her ride by herself. So, but
Mm-hmm.
little did I know I was going to enjoy every one of them.
I know. You're
And
new. I was going to say new year, new
yeah,
you, but we're not
yeah,
into the new year
yeah,
yet. So.
exactly. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. And I mean, Bella was so proud of me, and Ray too. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you did that for her. And I was like, oh, I actually enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think actually before we went to pick him up, we had a reservation. That's when we found out he really wasn't feeling well because we had a reservation to go eat at this little pancake house.
Mm-hmm.
The Dutch pancakes are famous there in that region. Let
Uh-huh.
alone they
They're
have
very thick, right?
they're very thick, and some of them are they're what do you call them? They call them coins or something.
Mm-hmm. Silver
But
dollar.
there you go. And
Yeah.
but this one place had an amazing animatronic, like I don't even know how to explain it. We walk into the restaurant, in the middle of the restaurant is a huge table, and it's very like animated is the best way I could explain the fun, whimsical everything
Mm-hmm.
about it. The plates start spinning, they have like not a pulley system, but like a little
A
system,
conveyor belt.
conveyor belts kind of system where all
Uh-huh.
of the utensils are dancing around and they're
Oh my
going
God.
around
It's like you're
the
in the middle of Be Our Guest.
yeah, literally. And so we're sitting there watching this. The oven opens and closes and it's
Uh-huh.
musical, and the food was good. And we enjoyed that. But yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to do. But I booked that. I had a reservation at our hotel that night.
Mm-hmm.
But the previous day when we saw this, I was like, oh, I want to go there instead. So I canceled that one, and we were able to get a booking. Bella looked it up right away and found one.
Mm-hmm.
So we had talked to Ray about lunch. He's like, no, I'm not going to make it. And he goes, I actually called a clinic. The resort was very helpful and
Mm-hmm.
helped him book an appointment at 2. This is Sunday. They
Mm-hmm.
booked an appointment at a clinic, and they gave us a ride, the resort, and this is, European medicine is amazing. I think all in all, they diagnosed him with just, stress, and he was like, "What? It's just the trip." I'm being logical, and I'm like, "It's got to be the long haul. You didn't walk enough on the flight. You didn't get
Mm-hmm.
up enough. You did the rides." And he's like, "Yeah, and then the dollar signs and all the money." Because and all the transportation we're paid for, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, honey, I was like, we're halfway through. Let's not,
Uh-huh.
let's not go down that road. I was like, we need to make you better. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all in all, I think it was under $300 for the visit and the prescription.
Mm-hmm.
And he was ready, like he got probably after 24 hours. He goes, yeah. he was nervous that this it was spasms, and he was nervous they
Mm-hmm.
were going to come back. And he's like, okay, I think they're good. He goes, he was just being very careful,
Right.
but he was able to help with the luggage. We did our best to, you know,
Do
make
as
it as
much
light
of
for
as you
him.
could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was like, sorry, you need to carry a backpack. But he's like, actually, that kind of he felt comfortable with that, more
Mm-hmm.
secure. But yeah, we made it, and he was able to enjoy the rest of the trip. He just missed out on Efteling and riding
Mm.
rides there. But
Ugh. Well,
yeah,
that just means that you'll at some point maybe have to go
I
back.
know. That's what I told him. I said, you know, I'll ride the rides with you. I'm ready to do it.
After you left Efteling, you had a couple more things to hit, and we're running out of time. So we're just going to
Yeah,
kind of breeze through them. So
yeah.
you left Efteling and went to Bruges, right?
Bruges, yeah, or Brugge as
Mm-hmm.
they call it there. And
Brugge.
actually,
Okay.
that was more of, it was kind of good for Ray. We did some more walking, great Christmas markets, but we relaxed because we had friends that we made when our visit in 2019. So we
Mm-hmm.
basically just spent time with them,
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed them, went to the Christmas market, and the difference there, as I mentioned, the wooden stalls in
Mm-hmm.
France and the wooden stalls in Germany. Here in Bruges, they were containers
Mm.
retrofitted into stalls, and you know, kind of updated more. I don't know, West Elm kind of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
versus classic.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to enjoy that. Bruges is just a small little town, very, I mean, basically the whole town was decorated, you know, Christmas themed.
Mm-hmm.
So we enjoyed that. But again, more relaxing.
Um, I do have to ask because you said that I believe you're the one that has two new knees and you
Yes.
wanted to climb to the top of the clock tower. Did you make it?
Bella and Ray talked me out of it because I
Okay.
was doing so well. They were like, "We don't want you," and also, you know, we were worried
Don't
about
push
Ray
your
at this
luck.
point. Yeah, they were,
Yeah.
yeah, I think those were the exact words. And I was like, you know
Okay.
what? You're right. You're right. I was, my feet were just hurting. My legs and everything else felt fine, but
Mm-hmm.
my feet hurt because the cobblestones are so subtle, but you
Mm-hmm.
feel them. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just took it easy because we still had London to go. So
Yeah.
we headed out of Bruges, enjoyed the relaxation basically, and
Mm-hmm.
then we went to board our train, the Eurostar, which I was
Mm-hmm.
excited for, and it was underwhelming because I thought I was going to see at least Nemo projected on the windows when I went underwater, but I didn't give. Maybe I didn't get. Maybe that's first class, but I didn't see it. It wasn't on my window. It was just
Oh,
dark.
I feel like I would get PTSD from the
Yeah.
submarine ride at Disneyland in
Oh, and
Anaheim.
no, it's really big. No, and it was fast. It's super fast. I think
Mm-hmm.
I was watching because like the airplane, you could see how fast you're going. I think it was like
Yeah.
196 or something,
Wow.
and we were not in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I would say more than maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes of
Mm-hmm.
our whole trip, and which was about 2 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, we got to London, and I think as soon as we got off the train in the train station, we we found our driver and took us
Mm-hmm.
to our hotel. And then the next morning, you know, Bella navigated us through. We walked out of the underground and immediately ran into Big Ben, Parliament, and it was raining this day. Oh, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a heavy rain, but it was a constant rain, and it was
Mm.
pretty cold. So it was bordering miserable. By the time we got to Buckingham Palace, yeah, I was done. I was like, I'm pretty much want to go home. But we muddled through. What did we do? That was Thursday.
Did you make it to Richmond? Because I have on my
Yes.
list that the three kind of big things that you wanted to do in London were the Black Dog for dinner, visit
Yes.
Richmond because of Ted Lasso,
Yes.
and go see Wicked in the West End.
All of them. It made
Mm-hmm.
up for it. We actually went back to our hotel, got ready for dinner that Thursday evening. It cleared up, and we made it to the Black Dog, which was amazing. And Bella had some friends there that they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go to a show later, but we'll meet you near the Black Dog for tea." We went to
Mm-hmm.
this little place called the Tea Theater, and it was a little tea house, but it had a stage in it,
Uh-huh.
and there were seats all around it, like little, they didn't have anything, they did not have a show going on,
Mm-hmm.
but their tea was so cute, and they served it in these pots, and then they had little knitted cozies around it to keep it
Uh-huh.
warm. Oh, it was so cute, and the tea
Oh.
was amazing. And then we were like, okay, we got to go to our reservation. We were so caught up enjoying the company, and we're like, where do we go? And Bella looked, and she goes, oh, it's a minute away. And we started walking the wrong way. Like within 30 seconds, turned around, and
Mm-hmm.
literally it's right there. And the Black Dog was a must because it's that location was featured in one of Taylor Swift's songs called "The Black
Okay.
Dog,"
Okay.
and but it was a pub.
Mm-hmm.
But the food was amazing. It was like the best fish and chips. No, it wasn't greasy. It wasn't heavy. And
Mm-hmm.
again, none of the food was heavy. None of it bloated you. Not all 2 weeks worth. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, we got to enjoy that. Headed back, and then the next morning was a beautiful, sunny, cool day, and we headed to Richmond early enough where we were able to enjoy, take great pictures of, the surrounding areas where they film.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of homage there. They totally, are very proud of the fact that they're known for that. Their
Mm-hmm.
pub that the show filmed parts of is they have a table dedicated to the Ted Lasso show.
Oh,
So it's all
cool.
decorated, yeah. And there's a souvenir shop right next to it. It's all Ted Lasso. But the
Mm-hmm.
other shops also had reference. Like I couldn't find, I'm not sure how familiar you are, but Believe, the sign,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
is one of their tokens, of the show. They didn't have that at the souvenir shop, but they had it at this little beautiful, like I guess it's like a clothing store. And I
Mm-hmm.
saw it in the window, and the gentleman, when I walked in, I said, I'm looking for that keychain. And the reason it caught my eye was one, it said Believe on it, but it was yellow, and
Mm-hmm.
it's about that long, and it just says Believe on a keychain. And Bella
Mm-hmm.
and I had been laughing because every time you get on a ride, they're like, okay, everybody pull on
Pull
your
on the
yellow
yellow
strap.
strap.
So that was our,
Mm-hmm.
souvenir. I was like, I gotta get that. So I got her one and myself one, so we have them on our backpacks. But yeah,
Cool.
that turned out to be a really nice visit. And then we headed back to our hotel. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Again, Bella mastered the transportation for us, and then we got ready for the Wicked show, and that was right. I believe it was Victoria Station. It was right out of the subway. As soon as
Mm-hmm.
we stepped out, we're like, okay, where do we go? Oh, it's right there. So we were
Mm-hmm.
able to see the theater and get great pictures of the outside, which was beautiful, as well as Hamilton. We were able to see that one as
Mm-hmm.
well. The show was amazing, but I do want to mention it was a little culture shock for us. It was a
Mm-hmm.
2:30 show. I don't know if that had something to do with it.
Okay.
Lots of young, kids with their families, but it was like going to a dollar theater movie, and in the
Oh.
aspect of trash. So I was
Okay.
just blown away. They serve refreshments. You can buy a bucket of popcorn pre-made, so you just take
Mm-hmm.
off the film, and then beer, wine,
Mm-hmm.
drinks. And it just blew me away because I got up during intermission to go to the restroom, and as I walked, I'm like, there was trash everywhere
Mm.
in the aisle, not just
Yeah.
at people's feet. And then we were in the second section on the, I guess, floor or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to walk across behind chairs, but and there's people, and they had their shoes off. They were sitting, their boots were like in the aisle, and I saw bare feet, and I was like, this is
Oh.
weird. And they didn't dress up. Bella's like, make sure you wear green. I'm gonna wear pink, and we like dressed nice. We didn't show up shabby.
Mhm.
So it's just weird. It was a cultural
Yeah.
shock for us, but that was the only downside. The show was amazing.
Mhm.
Um, it was, yeah, and the theater was gorgeous as well, but we did all the things
Yeah.
and
I
we were
can't
very
say that
happy.
I've ever seen bare feet in a theater in New
Yeah.
York, but I will say that theater culture seems to be evolving because when I first moved to New York 25 years ago, they didn't serve concessions or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or if they did, it was like you ate it
Inter
during intermission and you were
hmm
not allowed to bring it in with you.
Yeah. No.
And now that has changed and you definitely can buy, all the concessions,
Yeah.
beer, wine, everything and eat it during the show. And it's a different world. Like, I'm still very sensitive to
hmm
the sounds of somebody opening candy while I'm trying to
Yes.
watch a show. And so I don't know. For me, it's like things may be changing, but I'm going
Yeah.
to teach my kid how to behave in this theater. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I will buy you some candy, but Alex, you're going to unwrap that before the thing starts,
Exactly.
and you're going to have it in your hand ready to go.
Yeah.
Um, but people in New York, that you see all levels of dress for
Yeah.
theater. You see people who have wandered in off the streets in sweats, and some people who get kind of more dressed up formally.
hmm
And it's really kind of anything goes.
Yeah.
And I think the same is true, like if you go to the opera or something.
I
So
think it's kind of like
eh,
flying. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, I like to look a little bit nicer when I go to see a show, but I don't necessarily get dressed up fancy or anything.
Yeah.
I will just, take a little care to make sure that
Yeah.
I feel good about what I'm wearing.
Exactly.
And I'm okay with that. It's the concessions during the show, like that
Yes.
bothers me more than
Yeah.
what people are wearing. But bare feet, oh my gosh, I
I
could
know.
never.
I was like,
Oh
it's cold. I mean, I don't want to see your
no,
socks, let
no.
alone your bare feet.
Put your little piggies away.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, people were just nice. They weren't
Mhm.
rude or anything. But overall,
Yeah.
the stigmas, the stereotypes, they're wrong.
Mhm.
Everyone was very pleasant. We even at the theater, there was this. I mean, he looked like a fellow Texan. I mean, he was a big boy, very tall, very broad shoulders, and he sat right in front of Bella, bless her heart,
Oh.
and she was like, oh. And he turned around. He goes, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna sit as low as I can. And he did.
Mhm.
He scrunched down in his seat. And I was like, no, it's
Aw.
okay. You be comfortable. And Bella's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go get a booster. And she did. She went and got a booster and she was fine. It wasn't, we put some
Uh-huh.
of our jackets, cushion her a little because they were literally just, there was no cushion on the booster. It was
It was
just a
like a plastic
plastic.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but she was fine. And she was in an aisle, so she was kind of able to
Yeah.
move over, but
Have
yeah,
a little
we
bit of
took it
space.
all in. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was wonderful. But yeah, that's it. We were
Mm.
excited to, we felt like we conquered everything we wanted to do.
Mhm.
There's still so much to do there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like London, the Beatles, and all the music. We didn't get to do any of that, but we did a lot, and we're very happy
Mhm.
with what we did.
Yeah.
And we made it
And you
home,
got you got
all
home
of us.
just in time to do all of your Christmas
Yeah.
celebrations and
Yes.
all of that. So, I
Whirlwind.
mean, at the end of the day, of all of the things that you bought while you were on the trip, what is your most cherished souvenir that you found?
Oh gosh. I would probably say goodness. I mean, we didn't bring back too much. It's just there's so many good memories. I got rosaries from some of the churches we went to. We Popcorn's kind of cute. Jiminy. Jiminy is unique.
Jiminy?
He's very
Okay.
authentic Disney,
Mhm.
Paris, so
Mhm.
at least for now.
And
They might
and
bring him
you can
back.
totally use them here.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
absolutely.
it's not like a souvenir you're gonna tuck on a shelf and
Yeah,
never use again.
I went with the intent of getting ears, but
Mhm.
Bella talked me out of that because they were Chip and Dale. They were so cute. But I was
Oh.
like, no, I'm not going to wear those versus I can put my little Jiminy out. I don't have to wear
Mhm.
him all the time and then I get to enjoy him. So
Right.
I'll
And
add
then
to
when you
him
do wear
to my
him, you're gonna be
collection.
the envy of everyone
Yeah.
in the States.
Yeah, and I
So
didn't realize it until were we at the park? I think we were still at Disney, and one there were some young girls that are like in the shops in Disney
Mm-hmm.
Village, and they were like, "Oh my God, where'd you get that from?" And I was like, "At the Pinocchio Village." And they're like,
Uh-huh.
"We've never seen it. It's so cute." And I was like, "Okay." And then
Yeah.
Belle's like, "I don't think they sell them in the States, Mama." And I was like, "Oh, okay.
I have
Well,
never once seen that in the States.
I've
So,
never seen them, and I've seen so many, but."
yeah.
It was a great trip. And
Mm.
of course the chocolate, but that's almost all gone. That was really
Mm-hmm.
good chocolate.
Too bad you couldn't bring back cheese.
I know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are butter and cheese, and they
Mm-hmm.
show. And I don't know if I mentioned this to you on the pre-trip. Like there are places, grocery stores that will seal it with a vacuum seal
Mm-hmm.
it, so you
So
could
that you
throw it in
can
your
take it
luggage.
back. Yeah. Ugh.
So next time,
So good.
yeah.
Well,
You'll have to do that. I'll live vicariously through you now
I
because you're
know. I
next.
know. I am next. I'm might have somebody else on my list that's going to Disneyland Paris before then because I'm really excited to talk to people about Disneyland
Yeah,
Paris.
I'm excited for
Um,
you.
but
And
this
you're
was so
staying at
much
New
fun.
York, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
staying at New York because they have family suites there,
Mm.
and because it's one of the ones that you can walk from.
I was gonna
So
say you're that
yeah,
much closer. We had to pass it
yeah.
every time we went, but I just couldn't get myself with all the steps. I was like, it's right there, but I just can't go because I was just conserving my steps.
It was so affordable considering the fact that it was a
Oh yeah,
suite, like
yeah.
compared to like the Disneyland hotel, which is what we were considering doing. But we ended up going with New York because of those family suites, and because
Yeah.
there's going to be four of us on this girls trip,
Oh,
and
fun.
so it will easily fit us, and it has two bathrooms. And we
Oh,
decided,
nice.
even though the vibe wasn't necessarily what we were all hoping for, because I think we all wanted to stay at Disneyland Paris Hotel
Yes.
for the vibes. We all agreed that with four ladies sharing a
That's
space, that
so
having
much
two
fun.
bathrooms was
A
a better
necessity. Yeah.
option for us. Yeah. And we had looked at like, oh, what if we did Disneyland Paris Hotel and got two rooms and tried to get connecting rooms and whatever, and the price was just so much more.
Hmm.
And we all were like, I would rather put that money into buying the Premier Pass and doing everything I can to
Yes.
skip lines and
Yes.
spending money elsewhere, because that's more important to me than a place I'm going to sleep.
Is it September you're going?
It's the end of September, I
Okay.
think. I,
Okay.
I yeah,
So
I think it's
hopefully you
like
won't
the
be impacted.
28th or 29th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully you won't be impacted by too many crowds, but
Yeah.
remember, like I said, you're gonna walk through the Disney Village, which is nowhere near as big as either part, either
Right.
U.S. park. So it's just, you'll enjoy the scenery as you go. And
Yeah.
one of our favorite places, I don't know if we talked about this, but Earl of Sandwich is one of our
Mhm.
faves. So I think
Yeah.
we ate there twice.
Uh-huh.
It was it just hits. We were so
Yeah, and
excited.
it's nice to know that you like, if you want to get something familiar,
Yeah,
especially if you're un underwhelmed by the food options in the
yeah,
park, then that's always nice to have that as an option. So,
hmm
well, Carmen,
definitely.
this was so much fun and a great way to wrap up the end of the year. Hopefully,
Holidays, yeah.
you have some fun things planned for 2026 as well. Maybe not a giant trip to Europe, but I
No,
hope that you have some fun in store for the next year for yourself as well.
definitely. We haven't figured that out, but I'll be working on it.
Yeah,
Got
and
to
that's
squeeze
part of
in
the
a trip.
fun, is
Yeah.
working on it, right?
Yeah, because it's sad that it's over. So, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to, living vicariously through all of your trip reports
yeah.
that you do and, present as well as your own. So I'm looking forward to
Oh,
it.
thank you. Thank you so much. And hopefully you'll be back. So let me know if you have a trip on the books and you want to chat again. I'd
I
love to
will.
have you back.
Yeah, well, thanks for all the insight, everything that you share. Your show is awesome. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So happy New Year. And hopefully
Happy
I'll
New
see you
Year.
again some point in the near future.
Yes, in the new year, maybe. Thank you so much.
Thank you again to Carmen. You were such a fun guest, and I do hope that you will be back. Shout out to Ray and especially to Bella, who I know were both part of the note taking and part of our conversation in spirit. That is all for today. Thank you all for sticking with me to the end. And whatever you do, keep daydreaming about where you long to be.